Okay, and now I'm going to do decoration for a glass brick that I have. I have the brick, I know what size it's going to be, and I just want to put something Christmassy on it. I've decided on some text in the decoration, so I'm going to start with the text, and I'm going to change my font to one called Paradise. Go down far enough, we'll find it. What do we got that? Paradise. Okay, so I'm going to type, I want 3 lines, so I'm going to have "O come." Oops, I put a capital C in there, I don't want a capital C, I just want a lowercase c. Another box for "All ye," and another box for "Faithful." I'm doing it in 3 separate boxes because I want 3 lines, and this is the easiest way to do it. Okay, so now that I've got them text typed, I'm going to weld it. It does make a difference to it joins, if I just go in a little bit, it joins in those. So if you see this one, you can see there's not a join between the F and the I and the rest of the letters along there. So once I weld it, it joins on and it looks better. Okay, let's go out again. Now I'm going to space these. So what I'm going to do is highlight them all and center them. And that looks about right. Okay, so we'll just move that across to the side for a minute. Now I'm going to my character map. I've found this font is Christmas arrows, and I want to put this around the outside of this, so I'm going to copy it. So I have to go back into Canvas Workspace. I'm going to hit the text button, and I'm going to change the font to Christmas arrows. Now it'll probably come up as Christmas. C-H-R. I've got to spell it as I go. It'll be that one there. Fonts in Canvas tend to come up with letters. So once I've got the font, I can hit Control and V in a text box, and I will get the one I want. But you have to have the font for the character that you've saved. Okay, now I'm going to maintain the aspect ratio, and I'm going to make this 14.5 millimeters, 145 millimeters, and that's about the size I want it. Now this is going to be too big. Just need to, whoops. I might just group that for a minute till I get it the size I want, and then I'm going to decide whether I need to, I think I want to make it just a bit not larger, but I think I want to do an offset layer. And I'm just going to do 1 millimeter. Okay, so that's, I forgot to do the inside as well. So that's down to create offset layer. Unclick that one. Okay, I'll just see what this looks like. I would like to do a 0.5 millimeter, but it won't do it 0.5 millimeter. I might have to go with what I've got. Or I could take it into SCAL and do the 0.5 millimeter, but in Canvas Workspace it will not let you do 0.5. It automatically goes back to a millimeter. I guess it's going to have to be that. We'll see how I go. Okay, now I'm going to highlight both, and I'm going to center it. Because of the lower spread of the text there and the higher spread there, I think I want it just a little further over to visually be right. I'm still not entirely happy with that script, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I don't usually use Escal in my I'm going to put this in my videos because not everybody has that, but I think I will in this case. I'm going to call this brick, and I'm going to open Escal. Sorry, I should have had this open, but I wasn't really planning on using it. Okay, this is Escal 5, so I'm going to import that video, that document, desktop, brick. Okay, so it will come in as one piece, so I need to ungroup it. I don't want to do anything with the arrow. That's still grouped. I'm going to have to break apart. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to group that. I don't think I want it, but I'm just going to put it off to the side. And here, I'm going to go in there and merge to get all my bits and pieces. Okay, so now I want to go to Effects, and I want to do a shadow layer, and I'm going to make it 0.5 of a millimeter. Okay, now I like that much better. It's just that little bit thicker, but not too thick that I lose the shapes, except in the E. So let's have a little look at that. Yes, a bit small in both of them, aren't they? So I'm going to put on my, oops, play with it. I'll try and get this one out, this shape. Okay, so I'm just going to break this apart. I'm going to copy that one and paste it. It's pasted there, so let me just, oops, turn that back on. Just want to put that over there. So now I want to come to this bit and remove that. And this bit. And remove that. Now I'm going to need to flip that. So flip that way. That's the size I want. So I need 2 for 2E, so now I'm just going to take it. Now, so I can see what I'm doing here, I'm going to highlight that and merge it. Okay. Let's sit that about there. Just highlighting it again. It's a little bit too far. No. I need to use the nudges, not the, and I think get down a bit. And I'm going to colour it a different colour just so that I can see that I've got it where I want it, so I'll just do it white. Just need to tilt it a bit, I think. Just highlighting it. Too far. So fiddly when you're working with little things, but worth the effort in the end. You know what? I think I can have that just a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. Oh, that's better. And nudge it across a bit. Complicated, but if I want it to look good, this is the way to do it. Now I'm going to copy that one and paste it. And again, I just need to nudge it across a little bit. think I could even make it a little bit longer still. Oh, that looks even better. So let me take, I want them both the same size. And I think I'll make it just a smidgen narrower. Great. And put it into place. Excellent. I'll just go out again. Now I'm going to delete that for the minute, and I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to export it as an FCM back onto the desktop. Change it to FCM. I could have left it as an SVG if I wanted to, because that will come into Canvas. So now I'm just going to move this bit off to the side, and I'm going to import from my computer. Because it's an FCM coming in, it will stay there. Oh, I should have done that, shouldn't I? Because what I should have done before I did it right, let's just weld that. No, divide. You know what? I'm going to go back to shortcuts a lot, and I'm going to union the path. No, I don't want to do that either. I'll merge it. Object and merge. Okay, that's left it in there. So export as an FCM. And replace it. Go back to here. Delete that. Import my FCM. There it is. And now it's all in one piece with no problems. Just looks that little bit thicker than this, so I'll put this on one up here so you can see it. Now the difference is, particularly on these L's, and you want to put it on a glass brick, it needs to be seen. So let's just colour these both in red, and you'll see the difference that it makes. Okay, I'm going to have to divide that. And take out all these little bits. No choice but to do that. Oops. I want to have the right thing highlighted. You're right. If you have a trouble seeing it, go into the layers and you can soon pick them up. This is the advantage of layering it. You can see, I need that one to stay. That one can go. That one stays. That one stays. That one goes. You can see it's much easier to do in the layers than trying to highlight individual little bits. That one needs to come out. So it just leaves me that one. And I've got one more here. Where's that one? Oh, that's the dot on the I. I want that to stay. That's the word all. That's the O, the come, and the faithful. Okay, so I'm just going to delete that, and I'm going to join these layers together. I'm going to group them. Okay, so much happier with that in the thinner version. So I'm going to center it, and again, as I said, I think it just needs to come over a little bit, and maybe just down a little bit. I'm moving the arrows, not the text. To me, that looks visually better, so I'm happy with that. So I'm not sure what colour I do, but let's just colour it all in black. It has to be a dark colour on the brick. I'm very happy with that. So there we go, we've got it. I'm going to save it. Save, save, save. Go into my canvas files and Christmas. And I did have this saved, so I'm going to do it again. Okay, so now it's all ready for me to cut. Just before I do cut this, I've decided to use the roll feeder to do it, so I need to go into the artboard and change it to rolled material. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I like to make my things fairly easy to read. Now, even though this isn't a whole roll, I'm going, first of all, group it together to keep, oops, in the layers menu, so that it stays in position. Just going to move it over a little bit. Now I'm going to add a weeding box to that. That should do. So that's put a box all around it. I do sometimes, more frequently actually, draw lines so that I can pull it off in bits. Whoops. So I just do that one and that one, and those two letters are meeting, so I'm just going to do it across there just to make it a bit easier to read it. Oh, just redo that one. I managed to take it out. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine. So again, I'm going to save that. It'll overwrite my previous one, but it's now on a rolled. I can actually take it up a little bit more. There's no point in wasting vinyl, is there? I'm not worried too much about this piece of vinyl because I can use that in other projects and stick it to my mat. But there we go. So I'm going to save that again because I made another adjustment, and I'm going to transfer it to my machine. I've decided to use my roll feeder attachment to cut this vinyl. I am only using a 12 by 12 square, but you can still cut this with the roll feeder. So to use the roll feeder, you just, lift that, pull that forward, and push it back. I'm not doing it from the right angle for me, so there we go. Push it back, roll it forward, and it locks it in position. Lock your keyboard, your lever again. This, because I'm just using the short piece, I'm not putting the roll feeder attachment on there. So I'm just going to zoom out a bit so we can see what we're doing. Sorry, out, not in. Okay, so let's go home. Now, because I'm using the roll feeder, I need to go to here and select it. You can go through the process of attaching the roll feeder, but I've done that. So I'm just going to start and download my information. My Wi-Fi is sometimes quite slow on this, but there it is. Okay, so holding my piece of vinyl down and just pushing it off to the left, I'm going to hit the feeder button. I'm going to insert my blade. I'm going to move this back just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to cut, and I always do a test cut. Now at the moment this is on speed 4 and pressure 6. I'm going to adjust that. The half cut comes on automatically as part of using the roll feeder. I'm going to take the cut speed down to 3, but I'm going to leave the pressure on 6 because I think that will be pretty right for this particular vinyl. We'll just press start. Oops, hang on. First of all, before you tell it start, you need to make sure your test cut thing isn't right over your pattern, which would have been all right, but it was good to double check. Okay, Now I'm going to press start. Now when cutting vinyl, as I've said often, it needs to be a very easy peel off. It literally just has to lift off. As soon as you pick up the edge, getting the edge is the hardest bit, there. And it just lifts off perfectly, then you know you've got it right. If you get it right, it makes weeding so much easier. So I'm just going to press start, and it's going to cut the pattern. Just watch that start, and then we'll come back when it's finished. Okay, that's just coming up to the end of the cut. Now, even though I'm not using the bottom part of the of the roll feeder, I can still use the mechanism to trim my vinyl. So it's just finishing now. So I'm finishing. It's going to move it to where I can use the attachment to trim it. I'm just putting that on. And it has trimmed it. Okay. And unload the rolled material. And because it's just a short piece, I'll just have to push it through. Now, the beauty of this is, if it's cut perfectly, that is how easy it is to weed. A bit hard to do at this angle, but I'll just get my weeding tool here. It is literally just pulling off where it needs to. Picked up the little bit I did before. This is not the easiest way to weed something. And I think I'm going to have to do it on my desk. So, but you can see that if it cuts at the exact depth, it's very easy to weed. Okay, I've got it all weeded, ready to adhere. I generally try to lift my vinyl by taking the backing sheet off. And if I come to something that's not lifting easy, just give it a bit of a rub. It's going to be a problem, so let's give it a good rub from this side. Try again. It's going to be difficult, so I'm just going to put my finger in there and hold it down. There we go. Using the end of this arrow as well. It's fine if you take it off slowly, you don't have any trouble. Okay, now I do notice that I've got a bit of vinyl up there. It's come from somewhere. Oh, it's actually, I've got two pieces of transfer tape on there and it's on the bottom one. So now it's just a matter of centering it on the brick. I could have made it just a little bit bigger, really. Anyway, this is just a glass brick with an opening. I'll show you in a moment. I didn't cut the first piece of my transfer paper big enough. I find if you pull it at a bit of an angle, you have more success. You just do it slowly so that you make sure you get it all there. Now, This brick has an opening in the top, and I've just put in some little baubles and the lights, which are battery operated. I'll lay it down again. And there you go. That's what it looks like. I'm very happy with it. Turned out really well. Hope you enjoyed it.